Okay, so we're going to talk about mileage bonus, sign-on bonus, driver scorecard, and we'll start with the mileage bonus. Mileage bonus here at Pride works like this. For a solo driver, 11,500 miles to 12,000 miles in a month, you get a half a cent for all the miles you run in that month. 12,000 to 13,000 miles in a month, you get a penny. Okay, for all the miles you ran in that month. 13,000 plus, you get a cent and a half for all the miles you ran in that month. And that's, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to request it. We run a mileage report every month. And if you fall in these brackets, they pay you for all the miles you ran that month. Okay? There's one thing you need to kind of think about and keep track of a little bit. Your driver tech, that thing, keeps track of mileage from midnight to midnight. So midnight the first day of the month to midnight the last day of the month. Right? And then it resets. The report that we use to run your mileage and to pay the sign-on bonus, it doesn't recognize midnight. So a good example would be if you picked up a load on October 31st, okay, and it was 2,500 miles long, you're going to run most of those miles in November, right? But you picked it up in October, so the system is going to credit you all 2,500 miles in the month of October. Okay? Your driver tech is going to record a lot of those miles being run in November. Does that make sense? So the driver tech will split the miles depending on what time of day it is on that first day of the month, but the mileage report pays you all of it in the month that you picked it up. Okay, makes sense? So half the time, and almost exactly half the time, you're going to look at your driver tech when the mileage bonus comes out, and that's paid usually the second Friday of the following month. You're going to look at your driver tech and you're going to go, wow, I should have got a mileage bonus for last month. But I didn't. My driver tech says I had, 11,500 miles. So I'm going to call Steve and call him and tell him he told me a bunch of baloney, right? The other half the time, your driver tech's going to say you shouldn't have received a bonus, but you did get a bonus. You know what you're going to do? Just keep on trucking, right? Just going to keep on driving. So keep that in mind. It's not on your driver tech mileage that we pay it on. It's paid on a report that's run every month, and it goes off of loads you picked up in that month. Okay?
So, the way you just explained it, for the bonuses, then you're kind of short mileage starting that next month, November.
Yeah, because it gave you all 2,500 miles in October, and none of those miles in November, even though you ran most of those miles in November. Your driver tech's going to say you ran them in November. So if you want to keep track of your mileage bonus, keep track of the loads you picked up in that month. And we are working on a deadhead program that will show you your deadhead on your load information. It's not on there right now. You can get that from your fleet manager, but it will show you your deadhead. Okay? So that's the mileage bonus. Paid every month. You don't have to do anything. Just drive a lot of miles. Okay? The MPG bonus is based on a benchmark that's set for every tractor type. Each tractor type has a different benchmark. Obviously, the newer the tractor, the higher the expectation of MPG. I'll take a 2016 Freightliner Cascadia Evolution as an example. That's about a 7.5 benchmark. expectation for MPG, okay? The driver tech will keep track of your mileage for you. And by the way, it's not like the mileage bonus on the last day of the month when you're done driving. Look and see what your driver tech says your MPG was for the month, and that's what we pay the mileage bonus off of. Exact same number. So the last day of the month, you can actually know what your mileage bonus is going to be.
So if you're 7.4, you just don't get it.
You don't get anything, right?
That's right.
The way this works is for every tenth of an MPG, you get compensated every month for every tenth of an MPG that you beat the goal by. And it's based on the DOE, Department of Energy, fuel index. So the higher the price of fuel, the more you get compensated for every tenth of an MPG. The lower the cost of fuel, the less you get compensated, because there's less profit or cost savings in it for the company if the price of fuel is really low. So let's take this 7.5 example, and let's say at the end of the month I got a 7.9 actual. Okay? You're going to get compensated because you met the benchmark, and we're going to, right now I believe it's $30 for every tenth because of the price of fuel. You get $30 because you met the benchmark. Then you beat the benchmark by 4 tenths. You get $30 for each tenth, right? So that's another $120 because you beat it by 4 tenths. Your total fuel bonus for that month would be $150, okay? And we have drivers that are making car payments off of their fuel bonus. Seriously, every month. Fanatic fuel economists. They're getting $350 to $500 a month on their fuel bonus. So, and this is automatic too. You don't have to request it. We just look at a report at the end of the month, and that's generally paid the same time the mileage bonus is paid. Okay? Questions about the fuel bonus? No? All right. Let's talk about driver scorecard. Driver scorecard works like this. And you guys have in your packets a little example of what the driver scorecard looks like. If you open it up, it's kind of a speedometer looking thing with all these numbers on it. Last year, we paid a company called Prosperio Group to come out and analyze our pay package. They looked at our total compensation. He's got one of them right there. Looked at our total compensation, everything from base pay to holiday pay to benefits to bonuses. And they said, if you want to pay on a pay for performance, here's a program that we tailor-made for you. That is a Pride Transport proprietary program. Please do not share that with anyone. It cost us a lot of money to put that together, and I don't want another company just going, oh, wow, that looks cool, we'll just adopt this, right? So please don't share that with anybody. The way the driver scorecard works, you have 1,000 points maximum available per month. Okay? There are 3 categories that play into this 1,000 points. There's miles, and miles are worth 400 points. MPG is worth 300 points, and on-time service is also worth 300 points. So 1,000 points possible every month. Miles, the way that works is if you are less than 9,000 miles in a month, you get 0 points out of 400. Okay? If you are greater than 11,000, you get all your points. Everybody get that? Less than 9, you get nothing out of 400. Over 11, you get all 400. Okay? So somebody tell me what 10,000 miles would be.
0.
Probably be 200.
200. Because less than 9, you get none. And then over 11, you get all. So half of that, between 9 and 11, 10,000, you'd get half. So you get a percentage of your points if you're in between 9 and 11. Okay? MPG is generally, and it's not exact, but as a general rule, MPG is on a 1 mile per gallon scale. If you are less than 6.0, you get 0 points. If you're greater than 7.0, you get all your points, all 300. So somebody tell me what 6.5 would be. Perfect. Yep. Right between 6 and 7, you get half the points. On-time service, 1 failure, you get half your points. 2 fail, 0. And by the way, those are driver attributable service failures. Not weather, not my truck broke down, not delay at shipper, not accident. It's the driver failed to plan or failed to communicate. That's the only reason we would give you a service failure. If you're having an issue out there and it's affecting your on-time service, as long as you communicate that in real time, as soon as you know there's a problem, you're not going to get a service failure. Okay? So every month, you have 1,000 points possible. Every month, these are called career points, okay? And these career points go into a bank. And those points can never be taken out of your bank. Every month, we just add to it. Some months less, some months more, up to 1,000 points goes into your bank. When your bank hits a 10,000 point level, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, every time it hits that next 10,000 point level, you get a pay increase. Automatic, okay? So you can see what the scale is on that sheet that you guys all have. Let's take a quick example here. There's the speedometer. Let's say you're a driver that hired in at Pride today, and we verified 2 years of experience. Okay? And what I mean by verified experience is in the last 10 years, because you have to put in a 10-year work history, we verified over-the-road experience for 2 years for you. If you have that experience, you're going to start at Pride, I believe it's 36 cents a mile. Okay? And you're going to start with 20,000 career points, 20K. Okay? 10,000 points for every year of verified experience. Everybody with me so far?
Yeah.
Okay? When my scorecard, here's my bank, it's going into that 20,000. When that hits 30,000, I go to the next pay level. When it hits 40,000, I go to the next pay level. When it hits 50, I go to the next. Again, that's all automatic. You don't have to remind somebody that, hey, I'm due a pay raise. It just happens in our system. It triggers a raise for you.
So every 10 and a half months we can get paid.
You could get a pay raise every 10 months.
Wow, let's leave a little leeway for
Yeah, $990 a month.
incident. Yeah.
You get to 1,000 points every month. You get a pay raise every 10 months.
Cool.
Questions about that? No? Let's talk about DirecTV really quick. I won't write it up on the board. Pride offers DirecTV at no charge to you for the equipment and the installation. I know that in your packet there it says that it's $100 or something to install it in your truck, but that's incorrect. Kind of nice how it's incorrect in the driver's benefit and not, hey, it's $200, not $100. There's no charge. We'll put a receiver, the dish, and a 24-inch TV in your truck for free. Okay? You got to schedule it. There's paperwork in there. We don't just have pallets of TVs and pallets of receivers. You have to schedule it, you have to sign up for it, and we'll put it in your truck for free. You do have to get a mount, okay? I don't know exactly how the shop is putting those mounts in there, but you do have to get a mount. And last week, a couple drivers said, hey, we went over to Walmart to look at the mounts and they're $60, and it's a little tiny thing. I went on Amazon and I can get the same exact mount for $25. So, and I have an Amazon Prime account through Pride. So if you ever want to get that mount and you don't want to go pay $60 at Walmart, come and see me and we'll order you one and we'll get it shipped here for free. Okay? The way your scorecard affects your DirecTV, though, you could actually get DirecTV. Hi, Rob. You could actually get DirecTV for free, the subscription as well. So the installation, the equipment is free. If you got a good scorecard every month, we'll even pay for the subscription. And it's not a light duty deal. There's like 100 channels, NFL Network. So yeah. We saw a graph when we first started putting these in the trucks, and the graph, productivity graph, would go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're like, what's the correlation here? We put TV in the trucks. So TV's not an excuse why you didn't deliver on time, all right? So here's what you got to do to get free DirecTV. If your scorecard is 700 to 800 points, we pay for 50%, and it's like $64 a month. So we'd pay $32 of the 64. If you're between 7 and 800. If your scorecard is between 800 and 900, we pay for 75%. If your score is over a 900, we pay for the whole thing. Okay? And it's usually, I think it's done on a quarterly deal. They'll take 3 months, average your scores out, and if they fit in those brackets, they pay for the next 3 months of DirecTV. Okay? Any questions about DirecTV?